We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WarWolf Podcast. We have a good show for you today.
Average greetings.
Mike is a fucking lobster and is not feeling all that fucking great. But to be fair, I don't feel like yesterday, thank fucking God. Okay, so just making this very fucking clear, make sure you get a good auger bit when you rent a fucking auger. Because if you get a shitty auger bit, that shit sucks.
Oh no.
No, okay, so here's the problem is when we rented the auger, because we're doing that deck job that I showed you guys, which so far project is going phenomenally. We just laid the beams for the addition. Everything's looking phenomenal. I'll send you guys the pictures later. We're not posting those just for security's sake. But when we were drilling the holes for the posts yesterday, what I figured out, because I was looking it up, we were given a gravel bit. Now, for those who don't know, gravel bits, they don't really like clay all that much.
No.
Is a gravel bit a bit made of gravel, or is it a bit for augering gravel?
It's a bit meant for augering gravel.
Oh,
so that's why on the one side of the pool where there was a bunch of gravel about 1.5 feet down, that's why that side was so much easier to do. And then the other side, which literally, like, first off, we were in the money when it came to fucking these post holes. We were getting 2.5 feet down, which is where you need to be in order to be below the frost line in Ohio. And we were hitting blue clay. Now, for those who don't know, blue clay, first off, is the clay that you use for like pottery and whatnot. So it's the good shit. Second off, it's also where the groundwater starts in Ohio. So, brother, this household, their well, because they're on a well, their well was cheap as fuck. Because if I was hitting blue clay at fucking 2.5 feet, holy shit, that's a cheap as fuck well. Just saying. You only got to go 12 feet in order to fucking get a good well going? Shit, that's $5,000.
Yeah.
Average, for those who might not know, average well usually is around the 24 to 32, because it's 12-foot segments for the pipe. It's 24 to 32 is the average, and those can be, $15,000 a pop. So yeah. So we were in the fucking money when it came to where we were digging. Like, holy shit, it was great to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the clay, the auger, they were not getting along whatsoever.
What happens when you try to take a gravel bit to clay?
It kind of just spins on top of the clay. Like, it doesn't want to bite. It doesn't want to bite at all.
It doesn't want to bite, and God forbid the clay gets wet, then it just turns into a slurry.
Oh, well, not just that, in the one hole, we had an oh shit moment where the auger got stuck.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, with 50, 60 pounds of clay on the bit. So that was an oh shit moment where we're like, oh, fuck, are we gonna have to dig this motherfucker out? Thank God we got it loose, but that one was dangerous. So yeah, my body this morning I woke up and I'm just like, I feel like death. This is not fun. So yeah, it's been fun few days.
Indeed. So do they have to have like specialty clay bits for clay, or is it just you can't use a gravel bit for clay?
Well, the point is each type of bit is set up differently to be better for for different types of things. So, like for example, when it comes to when you're dealing with a lot of clay, you want a narrow bit that can just dig down, pull out a little bit at a time, basically. When you're talking about, you know, the post holes that we need, you know, we need a good amount of space for, you know, concrete and whatnot because we're concreting the posts. So unfortunately we need a wider base, which generally speaking here in Ohio, we're not a deck crew specifically, we're just general contracting. But dedicated deck crews, they'll have a fucking skid steer with a fucking auger bit that they'll just come in and fucking doom 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 doom. Like they'll just, and you know, you're the difference between a 35 horsepower fucking auger and, you know, a 200-300 power fucking skid steer. It's a big fucking difference.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's just it was a bit that was more set up to deal with gravel than clay, and it was a pain in the fucking ass. And then there were the holes that I had to absolutely dig by hand, and that really fucking blew. Now the lucky part is on the backside of the pool, the post holes that I dug, I hit concrete on all of them.
Okay.
Well, it turns out that that's the edge of their septic tank.
Oh.
That could have ended very badly.
Oh, no. A post hole digger ain't breaking a septic tank. Nah, not here in Ohio. No, here in Ohio, you have to have a full concrete septic tank. You can't do some of the more cheaper options. You can't. If you don't have a really, really, like, you can talk to Will about this, because he knows as well. He's also from the Midwest. You cannot have El Cheapo septic tanks in Ohio unless it's above ground. Because if you have an in-ground option, you have to have something that's able to hold up to freezing and thawing and whatnot.
Yeah, you got to deal with freeze thaw cycles, and depending on where you're at, if the water table is high enough, you have to have it so it's sealed.
Yeah. So breaking it, not a concern whatsoever. The fact that I hit concrete on all holes, it's like, oh, I only had to go down like 6-7 inches. This is great. This is awesome. I don't have to dig out, 2.5 foot fucking posts. and the advantage is that the concrete will bind to one another, and so it'll result in the same effect as, having a 2.5 foot hole.
And that's a good thing y'all didn't break into that thing. Otherwise, y'all would have been in a real shitty situation.
To say the least.
I knew that was showing up.
Yeah.
No, Stoner. This isn't South Carolina where you fuckers can have fucking plastic septic tanks. We can't do that here in Ohio. We can't.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. But also, believe it or not, the septic tank to our house, it's concrete.
No, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one in your terms.
Yes.
No, here in Ohio, the last time I saw somebody put the last time I saw a fucking plastic septic tank here in Ohio, it didn't last one fucking season.
Dang.
There was a family that moved in around the bend from my grandparents, and they were originally from Georgia. They moved up here. They called the company that did their septic tank down for their house down in Georgia and wanted to go through them. Well, this company said, okay, cool. We can do that. There's going to be extra shipping fees and so on. So they're like, we don't care. We just wanted to go through you guys because we like you guys. We trust you guys, yada, yada, yada. They came up. They did the job literally that winter. The first free cycle, it cracked the tank.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And then as soon as it thawed, the entire fucking valley smelled. The entire fucking thing. It was horrendous. And what it was is a company that had no experience doing work in Ohio, did work in Ohio, and then paid, they paid for it, thank God, because they realized, like, oh, apparently we can't do that here. and plastic tanks, unfortunately for them, you can't go as deep as you would need to here in Ohio in order to avoid the freeze thaw, because the tank itself isn't structurally durable enough in order to hold up that much dirt. So, yeah, if you want a plastic one here in Ohio, you got to do it above ground, and then that's its own problem.
Wouldn't you also still be at risk of freezing and thawing above? Wouldn't the risk of that be even higher if it's above ground?
Not if it has the proper bleed off valves and everything. The problem then becomes snow. Snow piling up on the tank itself.
Right. Because I mean,
I've seen that at campgrounds before. That's fun.
yeah.
That's a fun time when it breaks.
Yeah, because I mean, a below ground septic tank breaking is bad enough. Like, why would anyone ever put an above ground septic tank? Because if that breaks,
sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't get the paperwork back quick enough, and you need a septic tank put in. Usually, they're used as temporary options. Usually, like a lot of companies, they'll do an above ground option. They'll do all the hookups for the below ground one, because the hookups you don't need a permit for. The hookups themselves, you don't need the permit. It's the tank itself that you need the permit for. And so they'll sometimes do an above ground option until the permit for the tank comes through.
I see.
Yeah, it's fucking atrocious. Permitting is a fucking problem in general, but here in Ohio, it's particularly fucking bad. One of the big things that you'll end up finding, like, for example, the deck that we're building, we don't need to permit it. Reason being is because it's not attached to the house. The deck that's attached to the house is permitted. But the deck that we're building, because it's not attached to the house or to the deck itself that's on the house already, we don't need to permit it. And if we had to permit it, it would be it'd be 8-9 months, engineers coming out, doing this, doing that, so on and so forth. And it's like, motherfucker, we don't need all that.
It's really that bad there? You can't even build an attached deck without the government needing to send engineers to inspect everything?
Oh, dude, it's bad like that across the board. Like, there's not a single state in the entire union where building departments aren't fucking people over constantly.
Very unfortunate.
Well, and the reason being is because there's a lot of, and this is the problem, is that there's a lot of people that got real uppity back in the 70s because, and I guess, nice segue into another topic. Back in the 70s, we had a bunch of fucking houses going up. Like, for example, the city of Talmadge went from a small village to a massive fucking suburbia over the course of 10 years. Like, the population in Talmadge, Ohio, fucking boom.
Right.
And one of the problems we had back during the 70s going into the 80s is because of how many houses were being built during that time period. There were a lot of really sketchy decisions being made. There were a lot of corners cut. There were a lot of places that weren't, really all that well built. And so then come the 90s and early 2000s, there was a lot of houses that were only like 20 years old that needed major remodels because there had been a lot of corners cut. A lot. And so that's where a lot of the egregious permitting comes from here in Ohio specifically. But it's a problem across the board in the country in general. If I remember correctly, the worst offender is Massachusetts Massachusetts takes the longest in general to permit anything. There's a reason why builders basically avoid Massachusetts like the plague at this point in time, and why there's only 1 or 2 big builders in Massachusetts, because they basically have a monopoly because they're able to, wait out the permit process.
Right. Not surprised it's the worst place to build is one of the, perma blue states.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But no, it's actually a topic that kind of segues into, a topic that everybody loves to talk about right now, and that's the whole housing crisis. You guys know that meme that floats around every so often, and it's like, there's X number of empty, available houses in the country, and this number of homeless people. We could give each homeless person a house and still have plenty of houses left over. Yada, you know the meme.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem: is I could take that number of quote unquote available houses, cut it in half. One half needs at least a minor remodel in order to make it habitable or bring it up to code. The other half needs a full remodel in order to just bring it up to code, let alone actually make it habitable.
Yeah. And like I can kind of speak to this a bit personally as well, because as someone who has been looking at the at houses over the past several months now, there are a lot of houses for sale that are cheap, but they're literally just dilapidated. And like, yeah, technically that's an empty house that you could put a homeless person in, but it has no roof. Or like a tree fell on it and it's just in that condition, and yeah. It's an empty house, but is it really, are you really going to put the homeless people in the house that has, a big tree cutting it in half?
Oh yeah, no, but that's the thing though, is that at the end of the day, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who don't they don't understand the market. They don't understand the actual conditions that are currently being faced by the market itself. Because and I kind of went over this with David on the last podcast that me and him did. A lot of people don't realize that the problem is capital. It's capital. Just straight up money. The availability of money for people to get in and start redoing these houses, it's just not there. Because if you're a builder, like let's just say you're builder Joe Blow, and you as builder Joe Blow want to remodel 5 houses on this city block, you need, say, $1 million. Let's just say $1 million. That's to keep up on operating costs, remodel the house, and pay your people for the period in which it's going to take you to remodel all those houses. Well, then, what price do you need to sell those houses at in order to recoup your costs? Well, you take out $1 million loan. Well, you're gonna have to sell the houses for at least 10% more than what you took out. So you need to sell, all 5 houses for a grand total of $1.1 million, just on a base level. Just in order to be able to actually make money to put money forward. Well, the problem is that do you have the credit line available? Do you have the line of credit that's able to get you through that? Well, if you don't, you don't, and so you can't make moves like that. And so there's a reason why there's huge amounts of houses that are on the market that are just pieces of shit, because the builders can't fucking do anything with them. The lines of credit are not available, which is why we're targeting the fucking credit market the way that we are right now. By the way, I just want to say this right now. If Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were in the public market and actually doing the job that they used to do back in the day before they were put in conservatorship, the lines of credit would be there. Because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac would just be like, oh yeah, we can loan you fucking $1 million. Oh yeah, we can loan you this, we can loan you that. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac would be literally, I heard the number at one point in time. They'd be like the 4th or 5th largest home building lender in the fucking country, bare minimum. And the only reason why they would be the fourth or fifth is because then it would incentivize all the other big lenders to actually start lending for home building again. And so the other big lenders would be outlending Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just on the case of, oh, hey, we got to lend more now because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are fucking lending and they're taking up our business.
Right.
It's laughable. The people who bitch the loudest don't know anything about the market. They don't understand what the actual conditions are in the market as a whole. And so they bitch and bitch and bitch. And then, a bunch of people are like, oh my God, Gen Z is so screwed. Zoomers are going to revolt because they can't buy a house. It's like, motherfucker, like, hey, Zoomers, let me clue you in, buds. Fucking get your shit together. Actually acquire the skills necessary in order to do the work yourself. You could buy a house and fucking be locked in, no fucking problem.
Mhm.
The problem is you need to build up the skill set in order to be able to actually do the work.
Yeah.
Because and this is something that I saw a story about this, but this is a phenomena that we're seeing across the board. The boating industry. So, in the boating industry, boat manufacturers are noticing a massive problem in the market. They can't keep up with demand. They cannot keep up with demand whatsoever. And do you know why?
Right.
The boat companies only produce a certain number of boats every fucking year because they balance production versus expenses. They can produce this many boats in a year and sell them and make a tidy little profit and be all good. They can't keep up with demand because you have a bunch of millennials that want to buy boats. Well, the reason why the millennials are trying to buy brand new boats is because the millennials don't have the skills of the previous generations where they could buy a used boat and bring it back into serviceable shape.
This is
and
true.
get it back out in the water. The used boat market is fucked right now. Like, completely. The only people who are buying used boats are people out in the country, for example. Like I'll give you just an example. At the there was a boat for sale at the last auction in Pioli that I was working at. And that, if I remember correctly, that guy sold his boat for like $4,000. He bought the bitch for $3,000. He made a tidy little fucking, 30% profit off the bitch. And the guy who bought it from him is a somewhat older gentleman who has literally worked on boats his entire fucking life. And he was just like, hey, I'm going to fix this up. I'm going to sell it for like $6,000. Because the used boat market is that fucked right now.
Interesting.
But that's the whole point, is that there's different little things like that across the entire fucking market where the practical skills necessary in order to actually have this shit function properly are non-existent within the consumer base. Just non-fucking existent. The millennials themselves, because they're the particular ones involved here, they have the theory because they've done the research. They've done the book reading, but they don't have any of the practical skills. Like, for example, William, you probably know this. What's the number one thing that goes into restoring a boat? What's the one thing that you're going to do the most of?
Depends on the material the boat's made out of.
Yes, but in general, what's the number one thing you're going to be doing the most of?
It really depends on what the boat's made out of, man.
Okay, fine.
What are you going towards?
Sanding.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Sanding. It literally does. It basically doesn't matter across the fucking board. It just determines what kind of sandpaper you use, what coarse grit or what grit you use on the sandpaper for the fucking boat. That's what That's what's determined by the material. But it doesn't matter what material the boat's made of. You got to sand the bitch
Why do you have to sand the boat?
because you got to fucking paint it.
Yeah, any kind of painting you're doing, if it's wood, you're sanding to stain it and paint it. If it's metal, you're painting it. If it's fiberglass, you're painting it, which means sanding it.
Yeah. But the one action that you're going to be doing the most of when it comes to restoring and upkeeping a boat is sanding. People don't know how to fucking sand shit. It's probably one of the most important practical skills out there when it comes to maintaining things. But people don't know how to fucking do it.
God,
No.
have we really fallen that far?
Talk to somebody that's 16 to 25 and ask them what shop class was like.
Uh,
And most of them under 20 won't even know what shop class is.
Like for example, just
God
to give you guys an
help us.
example, I post the picture of it, my brother's Mosin gun.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take 220 grit to it because he had left it out on his out in his mud room for God knows how long at this point in time. Started developing surface rust. I had to fucking take 220 to it in order to get it cleaned up and get it back to where, it's a cleaned up finish and everything. But now I need to get I forget what the coating's called again, but I got to get that and fucking redo the finish on it to make sure that it's good. But, when I say I
putting you talking about like putting a polyurethane coat over the wood?
No, I'm talking about the metal.
Oh, well,
yeah.
for the metal, being as it's one of those old rifles, you may have to get everything re-blued.
Well, yeah, possibly, but I'm pretty sure there was an actual coating of shit on it. I just don't know what was used on that particular series of rifles. I'd have to look it up because I don't think it was like just blued. It might have been blued. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. The point is that I just said I took 220 to it. Not how many motherfuckers actually know what the fuck I mean when I said I took a 220 grit to it. And that's the point. Is the practical skills are non-fucking existent. And just the action of sanding. Like how many people are gonna run through sandpaper like it's fucking toilet paper because they don't know when they finally got it to the point where it's good. Like it's different little things like that pile up into these great mounds of bullshit. And that's what the market's looking at. The market is looking at a situation like in the case of me when I go to buy, my quote unquote first house, it's like I don't consider it my first house because it's just a way station for me, but it is what it is. When I go to buy a house here in the next couple of years, it's like I'm gonna find whatever the fuck is on the market that's got a solid foundation. I don't give a shit what the house is. The condition of the house itself doesn't fucking really matter at the end of the day. As long as it's got a solid foundation and the framing's good, I'll fucking just knock out the work myself and get it back into tip-top shape. But I'm an anomaly compared to the average fucking person. So it's a problem across the board. It's unfortunate, but it is.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry, go for it.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, so as one of those people who I don't think who's never sanded anything, is it really that difficult to sand something?
Let me put it to you this way, bud. Do you know what a smooth finish actually feels like?
I mean, I know what smooth feels like.
Yes, but a smooth finish. So what are you doing? So if you're painting, a smooth finish is different than if you're staining, for example. Because if you're staining, you need a smooth finish, but you need a coarse grit that allows for the stain to actually permeate into the wood.
I see.
And that's the point. It's the practical knowledge to understand like what do you need in order to actually fucking accomplish the job that you're going for. Because like for example, if I'm staining wood, I'm probably going to go with 180, 160. Whereas if I'm just painting, for example, 180.
Fair enough. So it's not necessarily active sanding that would prove difficult. It's recognizing when the sanding should be finished that's difficult.
Oh yeah, again, as I said, people would run through most of these people would run through sandpaper like it's toilet paper. Because again, they would take the sand. Now, if they used a sander, it would be even funnier because then they would actually start damaging shit. If you've ever used a sander, like it's dangerous how quick they can fucking sand shit. But yeah, no, for example, we had to use a sander for so there's these special blades. It's a grinding blade, but it's technically sanding, quote unquote. We had to use a grinding blade in order to get up the mortar off the floor of the 2 bathrooms that we were renovating at this one house we had been working on. And that grinding blade will go through the floor. Like if you're not careful, it will just start chewing through the floor.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's a case of like, again, it's the practical skills that during World War II, like everybody likes to be like, oh, the women went into the factories and started making beans, bombs, and bullets. And it's like, yeah, but no. Who trained the women? It was a bunch of fucking Italians who couldn't be sent off to war because 1, they didn't speak English, and 2, it would have been really, really, really funny, but really, really bad to have a bunch of Italian speakers, or Italian English speakers, I should say, fighting in Italy. Just saying. But the point is that when the women went into the factories during World War II, the people who taught them the practical skills necessary in order to learn how to do their jobs were the Italians that couldn't be sent off to war, but had all the practical knowledge that made them one of the most indispensable aspects of the workforce during the period.
Good to know.
Mind you, it was such a prolific thing that some factories, like for example Ford, they're the one that everybody kind of references whenever they talk about this particular subject. Ford had a team of interpreters that would go down and interpret between the Italians and the English speakers, because the Italians would be teaching basically on the hands classes in the factories. And so Ford had a team of interpreters that would go down and interpret for the non-Italian speakers. And these guys were exempt from the draft, by the way. If you were an Italian speaker that could speak proficient English, you were exempt from the draft.
I did not know that.
You could still volunteer, for example, but you were exempt from the draft itself.
So back then, during that era, there were still a lot of Italians that didn't even speak English, or didn't speak enough English.
Well, that's right. That's right around that time period was when they were all coming over. Yeah, my great grandparent or great grandparents, for example, they came over back in 1923. Yeah, I'm fourth generation Italian.
Very nice.
On my grandma's side. I'm sixth generation Huguenot. I'm 4th generation Italian, and I'm like 9th generation Scotch Irish.
Nice.
Oh yeah, my dad's side of the family came over in 1801. My grandfather's side on my mom's side, they came over back in the 1850s, 1860s. Actually, that's where we get the whole weird split in my family between the North and South. And then in the 1920s is when, and most of the Italians came over from the 1890s to the 1930s is when a lot of the Italians got over here. But yeah, there was a bunch of first generation motherfuckers that didn't speak a lick of fucking English. And so, but they were the ones teaching all the girls how to fucking, rivet and how to fucking solder and shit like that.
Right.
Hell, fuck. There's a perfect fucking example. Like I know how to solder an electrical board. I just learned how to solder piping, this past week. It's the same concept, just, instead of using a soldering gun, you're using a fucking blowtorch.
Fair enough.
Like, it's the same concept, it's just two different applications.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh shit, I could do copper piping in my house. Fuck yeah. Return to good. By the way, for the health freaks out there, if you're really actually truly health conscious and actually want to live a better quality of life when it comes to your drinking water, make sure your fucking water pipes are copper. And if you don't know, then you should look it the fuck up. We've actually traced a big problem with quality of health to the fact that we stopped using copper piping, because whether people like to acknowledge it or not, certain heavy metals are actually beneficial to the human body.
True.
And copper, in particular, copper deficiency is a big fucking problem around the fucking world. And what you end up finding is that the minuscule amount of copper, because you don't need a lot of copper in your yearly diet, like your yearly totals. You don't need a lot of copper whatsoever. What most people would be getting their copper from when it comes to their nutrition would be from their piping. Because the pipes would slowly erode, the copper would leach into the water, and you would drink the water. And the erosion was so minuscule, it actually fit the perfect amount of copper intake over the course of a person's life.
That is also very good to know. What did they switch to using besides copper now? Is it just like steel pipes now?
No, PVC and PEC.
Ah, PVCs. Speaking of...
Well, I was just gonna say is the more common one now is PEX lines, but yeah, PVC was what a lot of people switched to, and the reason why is because a bunch of meth heads, kept breaking into houses and ripping copper piping out. Another reason why home builders aren't willing, to renovate these old houses.
Yep.
I love that the PEX lines. That makes plumbing so easy.
Yes, but also, again, not as inducive to your health, because you're not getting that. Again, like copper deficiency is it's a weird thing, because a lot of people, like, in my head it's like, oh yeah, heavy metal poisoning, that's a bad thing. But copper, your body actually needs a very small amount of it, and we do not ingest it in our normal diet. It's like iron. Our body needs iron in order to function properly. But a lot of people don't get enough iron in their fucking diet. This is why the Chinese and the Japanese and the Koreans are doing so much better than us, because whenever they make a spicy dish, they throw that little fucking iron fish in that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we don't eat enough red meat, which is the main Western form of getting iron.
Yeah, well, the problem is even in that case, there's not enough iron in the beef that we eat anyways. There's a massive deficiency of iron within the beef that we consume here. That's a big problem.
Really? So the cows are deficient in iron as well.
Yes.
And yet, you also have a lot of people running around too saying red meat's bad for you and all this.
Well, that's also the fuckheads that there's two flavors of fuckheads when it comes to meat's bad for you. They're either one, a bunch of fucking losers who can't get over their fifis, or two, they're just trying to kill humans. And either or, it's like, okay, well, this is the great thing I love about knowing human biology. Lead is really bad for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Especially
just
when
ask the
administered
Romans. Yeah, just ask the Romans and their lead pipes.
Yes.
Actually, funny. No, stop. I need to correct you. No, I need to correct you on that because Roman
let the
lead
autism
pipes,
flow.
No, right? Well, no. This is me knowing this fucking shit because I study it as much as I do. Lead pipes are not a problem. The problem is if you don't maintain those lead pipes properly. Lead pipes are fucking amazing because when it comes to durability, cost, and just overall utility, lead is an amazing material. But the problem is that if you don't maintain lead pipes properly, hey, William, you end up with a situation where it can harm you. But the problem is that people there's this huge fucking misunderstanding about lead in general, the same way there's this massive misunderstanding about asbestos. You notice how we have a lot more fucking house fires nowadays because we stopped using fucking asbestos. Well, okay, we can stop using asbestos. We need a replacement for it.
Yep.
The same way with lead. We stopped using lead for a lot of things because people got, all tied up in their fucking fifis. And it's like, motherfuckers, like, we need something to replace this. This isn't copper. Copper is great because of the health benefits, but the problem is that it's like fucking 8 times the cost of lead.
Yep.
And we never figured out a replacement for it because you can't use steel.
Why can't you use
Steel?
steel?
Yeah. Okay. Metallurgically speaking, steel is terrible for piping. It's terrible for it, but it's used in certain high pressure systems. But a low pressure system, like a water line, for example, it's actually terrible for it.
Interesting.
And especially with freezing risks, for example, a steel pipe will blow a lot faster than a lead pipe, a copper pipe, or even a fucking cast iron pipe.
Ductility. It's too strong. Well,
Yes.
no, it's not too strong. It's
too rigid.
So strong it
too
becomes
rigid.
fragile.
No, too rigid.
Yes,
that's
the
term.
rigidity.
Yeah, it's rigidity.
Right.
Steel is just way too rigid. That's why we use steel for gas lines, for example. The rigidity is what we want in that use case because it protects it from going boom.
Yeah.
Something else too. I was also going to ask in regards to the lead. Didn't they also have lead cutlery and lead plates or pewter
No,
cutlery and pewter
thinking
plates?
You're thinking pewter. Pewter's different.
Yeah.
So
didn't the pewter at the time also have a little bit of lead in it?
Well, so pewter is pewter is not corrosive resistant. Lead is corrosion resistant. So lead if the water going through a lead pipe is treated properly, like it has the right balance of shit and chemicals and whatnot in it to keep it from corroding the lead, that lead pipe will continue running for 1,000 years and you'll never get sick off of it. You'll never detect a concernable amount of lead in that water ever. This is what happened with Flint, Michigan, for example. Now, in the case of pewterware, the problem with pewter is that when pewter gets hot, and you say have salty foods sitting on the pewter, the foods and the liquids will seep the lead out of the pewter. That's the problem. The alloy itself is the problem, not the lead.
Interesting.
Which is why we got away from using pewter cutlery in general, because it's bad. That's why wrought iron cutlery replaced pewter.
Interesting.
And wrought iron's actually better for you in general. So.
All right, but yes. Long story short, yes, lead pipes. Lead pipes are actually pretty good. Those are what you use on the meth heads who are trying to steal your copper pipes.
No, seriously, like in the Flint, Michigan situation, the reason why Flint, Michigan went to shit the way it did was because they switched from using treated water that had all the right shit in it to keep it from abusing the shit out of the lead pipes that were in Flint, Michigan. They switched from that treated water to untreated river water. And the spiral was downhill from there. So, again, it's like with for example, lead sheathing for showers, for example. There are people who think that like they're gonna get lead toxicity from putting lead sheathing under their shower. And it's like, motherfuckers, first off, this is $50. Do you want me to go get the fucking, $200 fucking, fiberglass sheathing or whatever the fuck else you want? And second, it's under your shower going down your gray water pipe. You're never going to be exposed to anything. Are you that daft and retarded? Like, and again, like me, I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, hey, do I want to cut down the cost of my shower by like $200 fucking dollars? Yeah, I'll do that. Especially because my brother charges fucking $3 or $4 grand for a fucking shower install. Like, come on. Like, if you're trying to do the work yourself, fucking use the lead sheathing. There's no fucking issue with it. It's different shit like that. Like, again, and maybe this is the problem, is I have so much knowledge that I'm actually like super fucking dangerous when it comes to this shit. It's like, I know so much about this. It's like, actually, you should fear me. Oh, hey, Dale, actually, you and me had kind of talked earlier last week about it. You want to have some fun and talk about Canada?
Sure, why not?
Get your typing fingers ready. You're gonna want to bleep some shit.
Of course.
Look, you fat ass fucking snow monkeys. Can you fucking keep your smog up there and actually do your fucking job and burn some fucking dead beetle kill? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit.
I take it you guys have been getting hotboxed by the Canucks.
Oh, brother, last week was fucking terrible. For 3.5, 4 days, we were so William got the worst of it, by the way, because fucking
actually no. Well, of the people in here, yes, but I had a buddy that's in New York, works on the docks in the overhead cranes. He looked straight down. He couldn't see the ground.
Damn.
Oh, no. Fucking yeah, no. The East Coast got the worst out of everybody, but in this room, yeah, you got the worst of it. The air quality. So they actually fucking did a quick like summary of air quality, because the air quality chart was maxed out over most of the fucking Great Lakes region. Like down where we were at, it was only about 2/3 maxed out. But like basically along the entire Great Lakes region, it was fucking 500 across the board. And everybody is sitting there, fucking basically choking to death the entire fucking time. We're talking me and my brother. So specifically my brother. He's got an eye condition now because he scratched his cornea and had to have surgery on it back in 2019.
Oof.
Sorry. Poe was asking for my keys real quick. She wants to check the mailbox. But the point is that his eye, like since that surgery, his eye has a habit of getting really irritated to the point where it causes temporary blindness. Like he literally does not feel safe driving when his eye's acting up because he's like, I can just lose my fucking sight at any point in time, like just period. So when that smog hit, like me and him are sitting there, like my eyes are watering the entire fucking time. I'm like, fuck, dude, this burns. And then him, at one point in time, he said, fuck it. And we fucking went to the work site and we just stayed indoors the entire fucking time because he was like, nah, like, dude, my eye was getting fucked up. Like I was worried I was going to lose my sight again. Like, that's how fucking bad it was. But no. Oh, you want us to manage all of this forest? No, motherfuckers. We want you to fucking goddamn burn the dead ones. We want you to do your fucking job. Burn the trees that you're supposed to be burning anyways in order to prevent the rest of the forest from dying. But apparently you eco-terrorists can't be bothered to fucking actually care about the fucking environment that you live in. So maybe we just need to start fucking doing cross-border raids to do controlled burns.
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds good to me. And also with how those assholes have been gloating about smoking up the United States.
We can call it Operation Torchlight.
Yeah, I'm about ready I'm about ready to plant the fucking Stars and Stripes atop the Parliament building.
No, dude, we start doing cross-border raids. We just start sending fire teams on fucking Blackhawks across the border into zones, start burning beetle kill. I dare them to try to respond. And then all of a sudden Apache starts showing up and fucking doing gun runs on Mounties.
Honestly, it would set new meaning to the term fire team, wouldn't it?
I see what you did there, you punny little bastard.
Yes.
But no, seriously though. Like, I'm sorry. Have you? So real quick, does everybody here know what beetle kill means?
No.
It means the dead trees and stuff that have been taken out by bugs.
I see.
Yeah. So there's a specific beetle. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. There's a specific beetle that attacks trees. They burrow into the trunk. So it's like the first 8-10 feet of the trunk that they'll burrow into. And they will suck the water and moisture out of the tree.
It depends on the kind of tree. There's a couple different bugs, but the main one local to the Midwest is the Asian beetle.
Yes. But they will suck the water and nutrients from the tree, thus killing the tree because the tree is deprived. Well, the problem is, and I had to explain this to my girlfriend actually, you can't just cut the tree down. You have to fucking burn it because if you cut it down, you're going to allow the beetles to spread. So you have to burn it. Well, the problem is that because you fuckheads, and Dale, I'm not trying to lump you in with them. It's just you happen to be Canadian.
Of course. Unfortunately.
Yeah. But you fuckheads have not been handling your beetle kill, even though fucking Alaska can fucking handle its beetle kill pretty fucking effectively. And yet for some reason, fucking Canada wants to pretend it can't handle it.
Here's the thing, though. The Canadians, they can handle it. It's just that they're suffering from the same bullshit that California's suffering from that's preventing them from maintaining their fucking woodlands. They have to preserve nature to appease the climate change gods.
Well, no, it's not about preserving nature at this point in time because nature's being destroyed because these wildfires are burning out of control, destroying the forests that they heavenly fucking revere.
Warhound, you know it, and I know it, but that's just what they say, okay?
Yeah. So here's a question for you. Do you think this is simple incompetence, or do you think this is malice? Are they
Oh, it's
tried-
full blown
Malice.
It's full blown malice. So
Malice. No ifs, ands, or buts or questions about it. I am absolutely 100% convinced that this is malice because there ain't no way these people can be that stupid.
I don't know.
Well, if they are stupid, then if that is the case, then reincarnation must be real because can't nobody get that stupid in a single lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, let me explain it. Let me explain it like this. Stop thinking of them as, stupid bureaucrats because the bureaucrats aren't stupid. They've proven that time and time again. What you have to realize very quickly is it's simply this. They are actively trying to kill humanity. And the way they're going to go about it is deprive us of the resources that we fucking need. So, in the case of Canada, what does Canada have? Oh, wait, it's literally Little Russia.
Mm-hmm.
It's chock full of natural resources that are absolutely fucking everywhere. That anybody who holds it has access to a treasure trove. Well, guess what? You have the threat of America coming in and knocking your fucking shit clean the fuck off and then proceeding to take it. What do the Europeans do? They start incentivizing the climate bullshit to the point where it's a Ouroboros. And they are like, oh no, we have to preserve the environment by allowing the environment to destroy itself.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being, oh, we can't let the Americans have this treasure trove of lumber. We have to destroy it. Oh wait, when we allow these fires to burn out of control, oh wait, all this coal that Canada has, there's a chance it'll light up.
Yeah, the kicker is even California figured out, we do have to have controlled burns, otherwise we have entire mountain ranges on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, no, California finally got kicked in the pants by the Bureau of Land Management.
Yes, I know. They finally were
Trump empowered BLM, the BLM we all like. finally empowered BLM to actually start citing the state of California and the counties in California over their mismanagement of the wildfires, to the point where now some of the fines that have been handed out to some of these counties are absolutely atrocious. Like, the counties are all reeling from it. They're like, wait. Hold on. We can make a deal here. Because the fines in question are going to be more per year in payments than it would be to just do the job that they're supposed to be doing.
Yep. It's how you have to force the issue sometimes. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, some people just need a kick in the pants or a bloody nose to do what's right.
Well, and again, the problem is that what we have currently is Canada's trying to self-liquidate because the Europeans are so desperate to deny us our prize that they're going to, if we can't have it, nobody can have it. It's the same thing that's going on in Iran. And it's like, that's cute. Continue doing this. Please. Oh, by the way, like, we're still going to take it. And whatever you destroyed, oh yeah, oh well, is what it is. We'll just regrow the forest. You know, the Danes fucking planted 60,000 fucking oak trees back in the 1800s. They got informed of their oak trees being ready for their navy in 2012.
Oh, did they? Did they recently?
Yeah, back in the 1800s.
Oh yeah, no, I know how it was.
Yeah,
set
but
up.
2012. 2012.
I did not know it was. I didn't know it was 2012. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't just hunting in the King's Wood that would get you killed. It was even worse if you took his trees.
Yep.
Because those were a national resource.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, with permission, you were allowed to collect deadwood. By the way, I just want to point out, how did the king manage the woods? He allowed the peasantry to take the deadwood from the woods to protect the woods from potentially burning down.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh, it's almost like we've been doing this shit for fucking 1,000+ years, and for some reason it's just only a problem now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hippies. The 1960s.
No. It's not the hippies. It's not the hippies. Let me explain something about the hippies. And here's the fucked up part the fucked up part about the hippies. These were all the fighting age people that were drugged out of their minds in order to keep them from rising up and killing a bunch of bureaucrats.
Yes, I know.
That makes sense.
If you actually look at the situation that was ongoing, and you know how you find out about this? You know how you fucking learn about this shit? Start researching Operation Gladio.
Yep.
I've been looking into Gladio for the better part of a year now.
Hold on, guys. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just thinking about this. Whenever Mike comes back, I do have some questions I want to ask him in regards to a certain possibly inbred millionaire Turk.
Right.
There's no possibly inbred.
Which one? The senior or the junior?
First off, if he's Muslim, he's probably at least partially inbred. Anyways.
Or are you asking about the morbidly obese greasy one or the other one?
They're both greasy. What do you mean?
The greasy
okay.
one.
The streamer or the guy that pretends to
They're both streamers, technically speaking.
Talking about Piker.
I'm sorry. I'm just being a dick at this point in time because you brought up my most hated fucking individual in the fucking world.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, you hate him too? You hate him too?
I fucking despise his existence. No, Hassan. Okay, let me explain Hassan Piker for everybody. He is literally what you get when you hand Che Guevara, that kind of gave up on the revolution and just wanted to grift a little bit, a microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's not a bad way of describing it.
At least Che Guevara was willing to fucking put his fucking body on the line for the meme. Like, this motherfucker just let his memes be dreams and he just fucking gave up. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
Check the side chat real quick, please.
Yeah. Nice. The way I normally describe him is a champagne socialist.
Yep.
That's pretty much what he is.
Or a Cartier communist.
Yes, that is the other one that I.
But after you guys look at the memes,
very nice.
I mean,
there's my response. My rocket man.
But yeah, in regards to the Hassan Piker and Destiny feud, the only thing I can say is,
can they each stab each other and we can just watch it on pay-per-view? I'd pay for that. You know, if we gave each of them like a half-inch long blade, pocket knife, and we made sure it was in non-vital areas, and we could make a show out of that where they just go after each other for an hour.
But here's the funny part, though. Now, I want you guys to let this sink in for a minute, okay? It has gotten so bad with Hassan Piker and his Democratic Socialist cronies that even the mainline Democrats are starting to put one and one together and be like, we don't support all this shit, man. And the only thing I can think is, y'all, you're a day late and $1 short trying to stop these people. I mean, for the last
okay, no. Okay, real quick.
Well, let me finish my thought, please.
All right, go ahead.
Because for like the last 10 plus years, they have fostered that kind of thinking within their own party.
Yep.
It was only a matter of time until they were going to get the numbers and rise up and throw the old school Democrats out.
Yeah. The DCS. No.
DSA.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
DSA.
Yeah, the DSA
has taken control of the DNC.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It is a cancer that has entirely riddled the body. And until youth leadership and the old crowd get together and say that's enough, you're gonna get the Mom Dommies and the Pikers and the AOCs and the whole kit and caboodle keeping. It's gonna just keep growing. It's not where they're at now; it's where they're heading.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And people wonder what the hell's going on.
Which is pretty much why I said that the regular Democrats, the ones that aren't in the DSA, it's too late for them. I think they should have.
Okay, let me kind of lay it out for you, because here's the problem with that assessment that I have. One, most of them have literally, like, if you actually, and this is the biggest fucking problem with this shit. You have to actually look at what is said in front of them versus what is said behind their backs. It's the same shit that we have to deal with on the Republican side. It's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
We get said one thing, we get told one thing to our faces, and then immediately as we turn around, something else is entirely different is said.
Yeah.
In the case of most Democratic voters and most Democrat politicians, the majority of them are sitting there, and they are, in the case of, and this is with both parties in general, there are the actual leaders of the parties, and then there's the actual body of the party. The body of the party very rarely is in lockstep with the head of the party. Very rarely at this point.
Yeah.
Example, Trump and Republicans in the Senate. The Republicans in the Senate are continuously trying to undermine Trump at this point in time, because they realize that once the gift that keeps on giving, which is their fucking money train, once that's gone, it's gone for good, and they're not getting it the fuck back, and they do not want to lose it. There's a reason why Thune is refusing to bring the SAVE Act. Which is why now...
Yeah,
which is why now they're trying to tie the SAVE Act to the NDAA. You can't pass the SAVE Act, or you won't get the NDAA passed if you don't pass the SAVE Act at the same time.
Yeah, I saw that on X. And also, in regards to Thune, I've been doing my part and cyberbullying him.
Oh, yeah. But the point is
It's
that the Democrats are the same thing. Nancy Pelosi, for example, if you look at the DSA, you literally fucking actually do a through line on the DSA, fucking actually research where they're from, research who they have ties to, so on and so forth. It all ties back to Europe. It's all Green Party bullshit. Almost across the board. There's only a few outliers, and most of the time, the reason why they're an outlier is because they were brought in by another DSA member at some point in time. But otherwise, the core DSA members, they all the through line ties back to Europe as a whole. Mostly France, by the way. Just pointing that out. There's a lot of Paris in this shit. There's a lot of baguettes.
Fucking Jacobins.
And at the end of the fucking day, what you have to understand is that the bulk of Democrats who are now like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? They're the ones that are literally us, but we're saying the same thing to Republicans. It's the same shit, different flavor. It's chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah, the difference is that the people that are trying to change the Democrat Party into the Islamo-Communist Party are succeeding, where it's watching the conservative Trump-Republican mishmash going in reverse because we can't get rid of the damn bogeys up on the hill.
Well, that's the thing, is we're knocking heads on our side in a way that the Democrats, they are going to start doing, but it's going to be an uphill battle for them. See, what you're seeing is the reversal. Because originally, they couldn't do any work to actually change the party because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Again, you get told one thing to your face, and then as soon as you turn around and leave, they say another thing. It's kind of like if you had a party, and then you get told, hey, by the way, there's going to be an after party, only these people are allowed to stay, yada, yada, yada. Everybody else leaves. And then, the people that stayed for the after party, they start talking shit about all the people that left. It's that's the thing you're dealing with here. And this is what I try to impart upon all Democrat voters that I end up talking to that actually want to have a conversation about shit, is like, you do realize that your leaders hate, your quote unquote leaders hate you as much as my quote unquote leaders hate me. The only two leaders that we have in our corner that actually don't fucking hate us, in the case of the politician side of things, is the first one's Trump Vance, because Trump and Vance, I love people who keep trying to tie Vance to some takeover bullshit that, they keep trying to push. Oh, he's married to an Indian. He must want to replace the white race and shit like that. It's like, motherfucker. Like, have you seen pictures of Usha when she was younger?
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way: the only thing I can say to those people are, you are fucking idiots, because he is colonizing her.
I'm saying, okay. Thank you for using the exact verbiage I was about to. That motherfucker is colonizing that shit so fucking hard. It's like the British showing up to Calcutta. Like, holy shit. No, at the end of the fucking day, that's exactly what's fucking going on with that. The dude's a former fucking Marine. He saw some pretty fucking Indian pussy and was like, colonizing.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, just an interesting.
Just let me put it to you this way. In regards to Uncle Sam's misguided children, if it has a pulse, it will get fucked.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm a Marine spiritually.
Yeah, so just an interesting.
Let me put it to you this way. Hold up, Dale. I'm not finished. Just let me put it to you this way. If you lock a Marine in a closet with two bowling balls, one of them's going to come out broken, and the other bowling ball is going to be pregnant.
Nice. But yeah, just an interesting thing to note, since we're talking about the people who are perma-mad at Vance. There is one thing and only one thing in the entire world that the Grapers and the Israel Firsters can agree upon, and that's
Oh,
they can,
God
and
damn
that
it.
is that they cannot, and that is that JD Vance cannot be president.
Oh,
One.
no. And
Oh,
do you
yeah,
know?
that also
No.
reminds me.
I want to point something out real quick. Do you know why that is?
Well,
Because they're retarded.
No. What do Indians call Gujaratis?
I do not know. What do they call them?
You're gonna want to bleep this, by the way.
Alright.
Guj.
Interesting.
God, yeah.
They
But
refer
in
to
regard-
they refer to Gujaratis as Gujus because Gujaratis, if you walk into a place here in the US and there's a massive upcharge on fucking everything, like literally fucking everything, it has a massive fucking like 50% upcharge or whatever the fuck on it, and there's an Indian dude behind the fucking counter, he's Gujarati.
Yeah.
Boy,
Me and Naveen had a conversation one time where he went out with a few people. He thought they were going to a Hindu restaurant. It turned out it was a Gujarati restaurant, and he swore that place off forever because he's like, no, like I ended up paying 50% more than I normally would at a restaurant. But no, they like Indians do not vacation in Gujarat in India because of the overcharging bullshit. And mind you, it's a cultural thing. Like they just do it. By the way, I got to reveal Dale, gonna say it again. I got to reveal Guj to my brother today because we walked into a Dunkin' Donuts, and you walk in the door, there's two Indians behind the fucking counter.
Yeah.
I start listening to the dialect, to the accent that they have, and immediately clocked it. Immediately fucking clocked that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Warhound is a professional racist and will sniff you the fuck out. Anyways.
Cue the meme.
Yeah.
Cue the meme.
Well,
The one from the Wolfenstein meme where you got the two clanners and the full armored Nazi, and with the clanners it's amateur racist meets a professional racist.
Yes. Well, it also sniffing them out also takes on new meaning since we're talking about Indians.
Actually, no. My brother immediately goes like, "How the fuck could you tell from their accent?" I'm like, Tyler, I can tell you the difference between a fucking Gujarat. I can tell you the difference between a Hindustani, and I can tell you the difference between somebody from the fucking South. I can also tell you the difference between a fucking Japanese, a Korean, and a Chinese based on their fucking accents. And I've gotten to the point where I can tell you a Northern Chinese from a Southern Chinese.
Okay. In regards to JD,
motherfucker, get fucked. Anyways.
All right, so in regards to JD, there is something that I would like to ask. What's this about some of these schmucks saying that the reason why they don't want him as president is because he'd be too soft on Iran?
Those are the Israel Firsters. There's your Mark Levin and your Ben Shapiro and that group of people, right? Because
Yeah, because I was wondering that because I saw some schmuck, I'm not going to call his name, saying that he would rather have what's that?
Rubio.
He would rather not just Rubio. He would rather have DeSantis and Rubio on the ticket instead of JD and Rubio because he's like JD's going to be too soft on Iran and Russia and this, that, and the other.
Yes, because again, they're trying. Okay, so one, the Israel First crowd. Let's talk about them first, because they view themselves as so important that if we don't talk about them first, then they'll get mad.
Mhm.
The Israel First
Oh, that-
crowd likes to bitch and cry and whine about Russia because the reason why is because the anti-war faction in Israel is all Russians.
Mhm.
Funny how that works out. The fucking former communists, or, well, pseudo-communists, of Israel are the anti-war faction. Oh, by the way, they're the same faction that continuously points out the corruption in Israel that is leading to a bunch of fucking bullshit that keeps getting Israel involved in the bullshit. Now, I'm not giving any fucking real credence to them because communist lives don't fucking matter, but I'm just pointing out the fucking hilarity of the situation. Then you kick it over to the fucking Groypers. The Groypers like to bitch, whine, moan, and yap about JD Vance for one reason and one reason only. Because he can lay pipe and they can't.
Yeah. Well, for two reasons. One, because he can lay pipe and they can't. Two, because he's straight.
To the fuck. Oh, well.
Yeah, I was fixing to add on to that. I was fixing to say, yeah, you mean he can lay pipe in a woman?
Yes.
Well, as I've said, I appreciate the Groypers and the leftists and most of the fucking stupid fucking retards out there who are going to allow their genetic legacies to fucking die. Thank you for fucking self-actualizing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't tell me to kill myself. Well, you're fucking killing yourself anyway, so I might as well just tell you to do it anyhow.
Yep.
like excuse me. Your slow self-actualization versus an instantaneous actualization. Never mind. Ooh, I want to be 90 when I finally kick the bucket versus, oh, I'm gonna kick the bucket anyways. I might as well just do it now. Fucking save everybody the fucking heartache. No, seriously, these motherfuckers, they live out of spite for the rest of humanity, and that's the only fucking... Like, they're just necromongers. Like, that's all they are. They're fucking necromongers.
Oh, yeah, I was also going to ask you this earlier. Who in the hell is funding Hassan?
His uncle?
Well, no, it's not. Okay, so his uncle is not funding him. Okay, so here's the thing: is Hassan's not being funded by anybody. He's self-funded.
Yeah, Hassan actually is doing it himself.
Yeah, no, Hassan is literally funded by his family's trust. The dude literally does not have to work. Like, there's a reason why he got into media the way he did was because he didn't have to work. He doesn't have to worry about money whatsoever. And so he's just able to do whatever the fuck he wants. That's why he was able to start streaming at 16 and just fucking go. Remember, a lot of people don't remember this. Hassan used to be, I think he used to play League of Legends or CSGO or something like that. He used to be a video game streamer.
Yeah.
Way back in the fucking day. And then he rebranded into a political streamer around 2018, 2019, around the same time the fucking Nick Fuentes fucking took off. No, the question you should be asking is who's funding Nick Fuentes? Because Hassan Piker is self-funded. That's clear. Now, he might be getting kickbacks from somewhere that we can track. That's different. But who's funding Nick Fuentes? Now, here's the funny part, is that if you look into Nick Fuentes' funding, what little we've been able to fucking track, you start realizing that he might be tied to the SPLC.
I wouldn't.
That
put
makes
some-
sense.
Fashion. Well, the point is that some of the groups that particularly back Fuentes were receiving money from the SPLC. So it hazards a guess that more than likely some of that money was making its way to Fuentes.
Probably.
Well, that would make sense. That would make sense as to why Fuentes went dark for a little bit after that whole scandal with the SPLC got blown open.
Yep. A few interesting people went dark right as that happened.
Yes, a lot of people went fucking dark after that because they realized, oh shit, what do they have? And mind you, the only reason why they came back into the country is because they put out the people that they were specifically indicting, and it didn't include any names that we would notice. Now,
didn't Candace Owens immediately drop everything and have a family vacation in the UK?
Yep.
Oh, she was in the UK literally within like 5 or 6 hours of the fucking indictment dropping.
Yep.
That's what I thought I remembered.
But no, here's the point: is that they dropped the information of who was being indicted, and then all these people came back into the country. Funny, right? It's almost like, oh, don't worry, guys, don't worry. We'll RICO you later. Like, we'll RICO your asses later. Don't worry, we got you. You're safe for right now, but we got your asses later. Now, again, I want to point out something, when it comes to Candace Owens specifically. You guys notice how she's continuing to play her bullshit when it comes to Charlie Kirk, for example.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah. Even after Utah is weird because you've got the pre-trial, then you've got the trial to see if you can have a trial, and then you actually have the trial.
No, it's pre-trial hearing, then there's the competency hearing, then there's the evidentiary hearing.
Yeah, and they just finished the last step to go to a full criminal trial.
Yes. But no, here's
even now, what is it, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after that now, almost?
Mm-hmm.
She's still going on about the conspiracy theories.
Well, no, here's my point. Is one of her big confidants in the whole space around the Charlie Kirk thing tried to spin up this whole bullshit about how Nick Shirley is related to Tyler Robinson.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What?
More retarded nonsense.
Interesting.
Oh, what's she trying to do? Guilt by blood relation?
No. It wasn't Candace Owens herself. It was one of her confidants within the sphere. And
it wasn't her. It was somebody that won't get her sued for it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's so routine, and she is so well known for doing it that it is intentional libel. Somebody with enough money and backing needs to take her ass to court, and they will win.
Yes.
Even if they are known around the world, they will win at this point because she's
it's a hard Candace Owens move. But the point is that they tried dropping a link between Nick Shirley and Tyler Robinson via their, I think, mom, and there was this whole thing about how the moms are sisters or whatever the fuck.
What does that have to do with anything?
No. That's not the point. It's not about Charlie, technically speaking. It's about Nick.
Yeah,
because
it's a way to discredit him.
Nick Shirley was the last person on Charlie Kirk's show. And Nick Shirley is one of our premier operatives in the counterintelligence space right now. He's working for the White House. Period. In a story. There's no denying at this point in time. It's an open secret. There's just no denying it at this point. We might as well fucking acknowledge it and just move the fuck on. He's working for the White House. But the point is that they're trying to drop a link between Tyler Robinson and Nick Shirley to try to tie Nick Shirley to Robinson's death or to Kirk's death as a way to discredit Shirley. The reason why is because Nick Shirley is such an effective operative. The Brit Bong, known as Candace Owens, wants to get rid of our operative. It's a counterintelligence operation.
I know one thing. They must be really scraping the bottom of the barrel if they are that desperate to discredit someone.
Brother, they've been scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel for fucking 2 years now. We're going on 2 years of them desperately trying to discredit people in our sphere because they're losing on all fucking fronts. Look at what Scott Bessent just fucking announced today, for example. Announced going after more cartel shit, announced going after this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. We're going after the illicit money flow around the world so fucking hard that they're fucking literally panicking over in Europe trying to figure out how they're going to pay for shit. Notice how a bunch of the welfare programs that they set up for the migrants are getting sunset dates. They're now starting to deport people back to their fucking home countries in Europe because they need to start getting rid of the excess population, because now they're like, oh shit, like we're not going to be able to pay these people off not to kill us at this point. So we just need to start fucking deporting them. Mm-hmm. There's a reason. No, like seriously, the reason why the Europeans are preparing for war is not because of Europe. They're preparing to go to war against each other.
Yeah, we haven't seen that kind of war in over 100 years.
You know, guess what? I'm popping the popcorn. Come on, bring the beer.
Yeah. Sounds like a good weekend to me.
Within the next year or two, there's gonna I suspect there's gonna be a pop off between somebody. More than likely at this point in time, it's gonna be a pop off between the French and the Italians.
You know, I was about to ask that.
Well,
if it was going to be between the French and the Italians.
Well, because the French are trying to take Sardinia, Piedmont, and Lombardy off of the Italians.
Oh, that's not going to
No.
happen.
Okay, why are they trying to take those three places away from the Italians?
So Sardinia, Piedmont is an entire region.
Oh.
So you have Sardinia and then you have Piedmont, which combined form Sardinia, Piedmont. The Dutch
look at a map. Look for those names, and as soon as you see them on a map, you will understand. It's all geography.
Yeah, Sardinia, Piedmont is former. So the original, the Duchy of Savoy, is what it's called. That's its French name. Piedmont is its Italian name. So you have Sardinia, Piedmont, then you have Lombardy. Lombardy is Milan. Think Milano. And what you end up having as a result of this is all treaty land. This is all land that the Italians ceded to the French during Napoleon's era. Well, those treaties are still technically enforceable. Technically. And so the French are trying to now force the Italians to recognize those treaties and steal the most productive territory from Italy that they possibly can. Also, some of the most defensible territory from the Italians.
Yep.
Because if the Italians hold the Sardinia-Piedmont line, which that line held on numerous occasions in history. If they can hold that line long enough for the for the Greeks, the Turks, and the Americans to show up, the French are fucked. Whereas if the French are able to enforce the treaty, take Sardinia, Piedmont, and Lombardy from the Italians peacefully, quote unquote, and then forward position forces deeper into the Italian peninsula, they could strike into Italia, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, the whole thing is that, we're not going to let them, fucking, Shit, I forget her name.
You're a little bit-
Italian Prime Minister. What's her name?
Maloney?
Giorgio
Maloney.
Giorgia
Maloney.
Meloni. Sorry, I told you I was cooked, boys. I'm a
That
fucking
makes
liar.
us say you must really be tired if you forgot her name with how much you've simped over her.
Brother, I've been forgetting shit all fucking day. I am suffering from a minor heat sickness at this point.
You need to make sure that it's dealt with.
We're working outside, dude. Like, it is what it is, unfortunately. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to stay as cool as possible, but it's like at this point in time I'm fucked.
Find a hose, just spray yourself down regularly.
You know, just out of curiosity, the French own Corsica, right?
Yes, technically speaking, but it's a funny little situation for them. Corsica is an autonomous territory, and by treaty, they're not allowed to put military forces there. They have a naval base that they're allowed to maintain, but they're not allowed to build military bases, so they can't put ground forces on it.
Excuse me.
But the point is what you end up having as a result of this situation is, in general, the U.S. Giorgia Meloni has already told the French to go fuck themselves on the treaty. They're like, no, fuck off, go away. We do not give a fuck. The Americans have already told the French, hey, just letting you know, if you want to fight, we can fight. And then we just turned the Turks on Europe. We just stole the biggest mercenary company in the world from the Europeans.
I thought that was the Marine Corps.
No, the Turkish military.
The U.S. Marine Corps, the biggest mercenary company. The
Turkish military is literally a mercenary force.
Yes, I know. You're missing the joke.
Well, I understand. But no, it's literally the Janissaries of old. It's literally a mercenary force.
Yes, I know.
And so, as a result, we've stolen one of their most prized assets as a result, to the point where now Erdogan's talking about fucking potentially allowing the Russians to fucking freely move naval ships through the Bosphorus. By the way, that treaty was put into play by the Europeans in order to prevent the Russians from doing exactly that. Like, just pointing that out, that's a big fucking deal. And I bet you dollars to fucking donuts, the reason why is because Erdogan got looked at by Trump. Hey, by the way, I got the Russians, I've got the Greeks, I've got the fucking Serbians. The Serbians would love to say hello, by the way. And you've got me to worry about. Oh, and by the way, that guy in Syria you keep fucking, trying to fuck with, yeah, that's my guy too. We can play this game, or you cannot have your military fucking depose you because, by the way, I've got a much bigger checkbook than you. And we can just do business. You know damn well which option Erdogan took because he got faced with the gun and told, oh, by the way, here's a carrot. You don't have to take the lead poisoning. You don't have to. You can take the carrot. Here's the baklava. Here's the baklava.
Ooh,
You can take the
I
baklava.
love baklava. Oh, I love baklava. That is some good shit.
You can have baklava or you can have lead. You pick. Oh, you're going to take baklava? Good choice.
Oh, shit. Talking about lead. Did y'all see that pistol that Erdogan gave Trump?
I heard he gave a pistol to him. I did not see what it was.
Yeah, same.
It was a, if I remember correctly, I think it was a real fancy 6-shooter.
I can believe that.
Yeah. So
it's also highly amusing because Trump would carry that around
Yeah.
knowing, have it so people knew he had access to it, even though in New York he's not allowed to have one anymore.
Yeah. So did you hear that? So Erdogan, he didn't just give one to Trump. He also gave one to a bunch of the Europeans, and basically every single European leader went on the record and said like, oh, they never even touched or saw the gun because it's illegal to have in their countries.
Yeah.
So they
I can believe it.
come out and make statements about how they never even saw it or touched it. It's like,
I can believe it.
Oh, it's a fucking, it's a fucking 357 too.
Oh, is it really?
What you want to bet Erdogan did that on purpose, just to show
Okay,
how pacified the Europeans are?
No, here's the thing. Gifting that to Trump, that is an old school diplomatic move.
Yeah.
One the Turks are very known for. In the case of Trump from Erdogan to Trump, that is hey buddy, it's dangerous out there. Take this. In the case of the Europeans, that's a little different. That's a hey, you might need this for later. Save one. Just save one.
If he gifted those pistols to the European leaders with one round in the box, oh man.
Oh brother, had he done that, that would have been so on the nose. It's unfucking real. Oh, that one's only been done once in history. And
if it comes out that he did something like that, holy shit.
Oh no. Fuck, who did that? Who did that? No, there's been one time in history that I can recall, and I'm trying to remember who fucking did it. But there was a leader who gifted another world leader with a pistol with one singular bullet in the case. And it was the biggest fuck you in the world.
Yeah. Here's one bullet. Guess what's going to happen? Use it on yourself. You better make it count.
But no, the point is at the end of the day, one, that's a show of acceptance, because first off, firearm, the whole point is that you gift firearms as a sign of, yes, I'm with you. That's what it is. It's the same reason why you gift swords, for example. Back in the day, swords were a commitment object. Honor and duty for those who want the classic words. So you would gift swords as a means to show your support and your commitment to any agreements that were maintained. So yeah. Hey, Europe, how does it feel to be surrounded on all sides? You got Southern Europe to your southern flank. You've got Russia to your eastern flank. And then you got the Americans to your western flank. How does it feel, bitches?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a pickle they've got there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Oh, they have
blame them.
They have everything. They have everything to blame other than themselves. They are so fucking desperate. And I mean desperate to get out from under the shit show that they put themselves in. It's unfucking real. Like, you have to understand how these people operate, dude. They thought when they got the Federal Reserve put into play, they thought, we've got the Americans. And then World War I happened. And then the Americans didn't just show up at the beginning. The Americans stayed out of the war. They were
We stayed out of the war for as long as we could.
No. We stayed out of the war as long as Woodrow Wilson had to. He was forced to wait. He couldn't just jump into the war like he was supposed to. And then all of a sudden, 2.5 years of abject horror that the fucking Europeans experienced. The worst fighting that they had ever fucking seen for generations. Not even the 100 Years' War or the 30 Years' War could even compare to what they had experienced at that point. And then all of a sudden, they're sitting there wondering, how in the world can we fucking survive this? Now, of course, there's a segment of the bureaucrats in the background that planned this all out. You know, it was all planned. It was all orchestrated. It was all an attempt to fucking try to keep themselves afloat because they were already suffering as they were. Like, let me put it this way. When you're talking about India, for example, and everybody is like, oh, the famines. Everybody has their own take on it. What if I told you all the takes were true in some form or fashion? Because India had way too big of a fucking population. They had to kill them. Because one, they either had to kill them off in order to keep them from revolting, because there wasn't enough food to go around. But they also had to kill off enough of them to make sure that the population stabilized so there was enough food going around. Also, Indians are fucking stupid when it comes to farming. Because they rely way too fucking much on fucking trying to do agriculture in these horrendously bad regions where flooding is so fucking prevalent. Like, welcome to the world. Reality is fucking 50 Shades of Grey, and yes, it will fucking hurt you. And fuck you. You cannot get away from it. You cannot fucking avoid it. You cannot fucking try to help it. You just gotta let it fucking take its course. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't seem to fucking understand that shit, which is really fucking annoying, to say the least. But hey, here we are. Also, by the way, I have a baby, so.
Fair enough.
Did you just have a baby get shoved in your face?
No, not shoved in my face this time. I asked for. She was screaming bloody murder in the other room, and so I was like, bring her here.
Fair enough.
She can hear Daddy being a schizo, and so she's like, yes, I am a loud Italian, and she's going to be a loud Italian. Yes, she's a very loud Italian.
Going to be nothing. She already is.
I enjoy having a loud Italian daughter. It's fucking great. My grandma Walker would be very proud.
Just wait until she starts school.
Grandma Pasenia would be sitting there freaking the fuck out because, oh my god, that child is beautiful, white, and very, 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 very Italian. No, my grandma Pasenia, I found this out very, very, through the grapevine kind of shit. Apparently she had an obsession with like Snow White children, basically. Like she thought they were the most stunningly beautiful children ever. So
alrighty then.
Yeah, no, apparently like she was like she was also obsessed with porcelain dolls. It's where my mom got it from.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. So apparently like with how Marcy is right now, my grandma Pasania would be fucking like I would not be able to get rid of my grandma Pasania.
Gotcha.
It's very fucking hilarious, but given modern context.
Yeah.
But no, that's what it comes down to, is that these people, they thought they had the Americans on lock. They didn't. And then all of a sudden, it happened a second time. They thought they got us on lock after the first time. And then the second time, we came in 2 years later. And they're sitting there freaking the fuck out because they're like, what the fuck is it going to take to get these stupid hillbilly rednecks to actually fucking listen to us? And then you know what fucking happens? They still couldn't fucking collar our asses. They still couldn't. Because then, all of a sudden, we start voting their people out every goddamn time. They have to kill our presidents in order to fucking be able to get their policies pushed. They have to fucking do this and do that. They have to drug an entire fucking generation of people and create the hippies in order to fucking be able to keep us from just killing them.
Yep.
Like, that's how insidious these people are. That's how fucking down bad for options they are. Because they literally have no other options but to either kill America, because otherwise America's going to kill them. It's the same thing. Would you like lead or would you like baklava?
Yep.
Well, guess what, motherfuckers? In the case of Americans, we're going to either take the lead or we're taking the baklava.
Yeah, we'll take your baklava, then use your lead.
Yes. Oh, and just on that front, so there was some interesting video I saw over the last few days, and apparently this video was allegedly of air defenses going off in Tehran over with the American strikes. I'm wondering, did any of you see this video that surfaced a couple days ago of the air defenses in Tehran?
Not familiar to me.
Okay. What do you think the air defenses they were using were, if you had to guess?
Muskets.
Close. They were flak guns.
Oh, dear Lord.
Wait. Okay.
It makes sense.
What kind of flak gun?
I didn't see the actual gun, just the the flak munitions going up. So I can't say for sure. All I know is they were using, flak instead of, modern anti-air defense.
Well, no. Okay. So stop real quick. Here's the thing. Is a lot of people don't understand anti-air defenses whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Kinetic weapons have a definitive place within an AA screen. 100%. Are we talking like 88 flak shells where you're seeing black puffs of smoke in the fucking air kind of shit?
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, dear fucking Lord. I love it. Oh.
That means their entire radar system is gone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Right now, you do not understand. My heart is filled with joy for two different reasons, and two diametrically different reasons.
One, they're using old school flak, and second, hey,
they're using old school flak, and they've gotten their asses handed to them that badly.
Yes.
My heart is filled with joy.
Yeah, when a country
here's
breaks
my
up,
question. Here's my question. The fuses that they're using in them flak shells, are they using the fuses that detonate at a set altitude, or do they have VT fuses in them?
It's a question, isn't it?
If they have actual variable timed fuses in those bitches, that's fucking hilarious. They're guesstimating like, hey, that F-35. What do you think that altitude is? Run the firing solution.
Yeah, when you see countries or organizations break those out, that means all of their radar is gone. It's just dead.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is that so? Like for example, are you aware of the automatic?
No.
All right, so it's a Norwegian designed joint U.S. Norwegian design weapon system. That is, it's a 76 millimeter anti-aircraft, self-propelled anti-aircraft system.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it was developed was because one, a 76 millimeter shell fucks a helicopter up real good. And two, a 76 millimeter shell is fast enough that it can touch an aircraft pretty fucking easily too. And this motherfucker doesn't fire like boom, chunk, chunk, boom, chunk, chunk, boom. No, it fires boom, chunk, boom, chunk, boom, chunk, boom. And it can fire faster. They just don't fire it faster because it breaks a lot.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of like those old. I kind of like those old quad-mounted Bofors. The boom, 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 boom.
Chunk, 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 chunk. But no, Jesus fucking Christ, they're using actual flak artillery in order to fucking try to shoot shit down. That is fucking laughable. First off, again, my heart is warmed because I get to see flat clouds in the year of our Lord 2026. And two, the fact that they have been reduced so significantly. And these motherfuckers are still trying to keep up a front. They're still trying to keep up a front desperately trying to convince the world that they're still a threat.
Yeah.
Like we just need to drop in the Marine Corps and let them fuck that country into submission.
Yeah. Like
Well, they still have Piker simping for them.
Yeah. So another recent "this is how Iran can still win" thing I saw. So the U.S. hit a bridge somewhere near Bandar Abbas, and the cope we're now seeing from the Iranians after that was that doesn't mean anything. Look, they're driving their trucks over the riverbed, and you see like a single truck slowly driving over the riverbed of where the bridge once was.
No. My favorite in that case is that they tried to say that a bridge had been repaired within 24 hours by a Chinese firm, and it's funny because the video that they used, quote unquote showing off the new bridge, the railing of the bridge was pretty fucking rusted for a brand new bridge. That's pretty impressive that they went for Middle Eastern authenticity and fucking weathered that bitch real good.
Okay, I got something I want to say real quick. In regards to the simps out there that are still saying that Russia and China is backing Iran and all this other bullshit. Well, let me ask you this. If that's the case, then why haven't the Russians and the Chinese struck out at us?
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was distracted by baby for a second. What were you saying?
It's okay. Now, I was asking, like, how these people be saying that China and Russia are Iran's best friends, and
no, they're fucking not. Because
listen. If that's the case, then why haven't the Russians or Chinese attacked us in response to us going after Iran?
Well, in the case of the Russians, the Iranians violated their fucking defense agreement with them. The Iranian-Russian defense agreement specifically spells out that Iran cannot pursue nuclear weapons in accordance with the non-proliferation treaties. Iran fucking voided their agreement with Russia by pursuing nuclear weapons. They literally voided it by doing exactly what we accused them of. And then in China's case, China doesn't give a fuck about Iran. They just want the fucking railroad. That's all they care about. They want the port, they want the railroad. Anything else is ancillary and they don't give a fuck about it. So, frankly speaking, it's laughable that people still are like, "Oh my God, Russia is gonna do this and do that and yada yada yada." It's like, you're fucking retarded. You sound like a stupid fucking Israeli who can't fucking get over their bullshit. And that's the fun part about this, by the way. That's the great part about it, is that all these all these little, anti-Israeli douche nozzles. Every time they start bitching about Israel, I'm like, yeah, I'm sick and tired of them talking shit about Russia. And then immediately they turn around and start being like, oh, but the Russians this, Russians that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks for proving my point. Thanks. You're the same as the Israel dumbasses. It's just, you're just a different flavor of dumbass.
Mhm.
Ark shall rise, bitches. That's all I gotta say. Real quick, on a ow, as I cramp up like a motherfucker. Shit, hon, take baby. Hold on, guys.
Well, gentlemen, I gotta get going. Y'all take care and have a good night.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
All right, sorry about that, boys.
No worries.
No worries.
Oh my god. Yeah, the dehydration cramp hit me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck. I can't sit right now. Like, I have to stand and stretch and whatnot because I'm like, that's how bad I'm cramping up right now. Holy shit.
Sure, it's the cramping that's making it so you can't sit down.
Oh no, dude, it's actually like bad. Like, my leg literally locked out and then proceeded to just seize up like a motherfucker. Like, I had to stand up one-legged in order to get out of the chair.
Damn.
Oh yeah, no. This is peak, like, oh hey, you've been outside all fucking day, sweating your ass off, and even though you've drank, I think I had like, it was like 5 or 6 bottles of water and 2 Gatorades. And even still, I cramped up like motherfucker.
Yeah, you need some potassium.
Well, that's the thing is I get plenty of it.
Mhm.
I get plenty of it, and still it's like, oh Jesus Christ. So yeah, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on with this because it's bad. Like, it's really fucking bad.
Mhm.
Ugh. It's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Yep.
Where the fuck was I?
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah. Yes, that's definitely where I was.
Yes.
Anyways, so just a change of subject, just for the shits and gigs. Have you guys seen Asmongold's new fucking girlfriend?
Yes.
No.
All I will say is huge tracts of land.
Very
Huge
huge
tracts
tracts
of
of land. Very massive tracts of land.
I gotta go dig this out now. I'm gonna guess she was not an OF hit.
Huh?
I'm going to guess she was not an OF hit.
I don't know. I don't know what she does. It's really funny. It's really funny though because
Okay.
the
I get this. I didn't even need to type it in. I put ASMON and it brought it up as the first search. The first result. That's what I was looking for.
well, and that's the thing is that fucking that's the thing about it is that it's like, oh damn, our boy be feasting. The roach be feasting.
Yeah.
Like, whatever opinions you have, because I know my friend Sen does not have a very good opinion of Asmon whatsoever, which, whatever. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, for me personally, it's like, brother, brother has game, he has pull, and he's got a long fucking schlong. Because holy shit, there's only one reason why that bitch comes into his life, and that's because of the schlong.
Oh, that is like the perfect mix of Wasian right there.
Yep.
Good
Oh,
lord.
and mind you, I just want to point this out to everybody. Anybody who wants to be like, Asmongold is ugly as fuck, how could he pull something like this? First off, Asmon is not fucking ugly. He's just unkept.
True.
He's unkept, and he's Joe average 6.5 American.
Yeah, seriously. Like literally, he is just some normal fucking dude that's unkept as fuck. If he actually tried and actually cleaned his look up a little bit, he'd be fucking a good 7.5, 8, easy.
Mhm.
Okay,
Wait.
so I'm getting told I'm bisexual because I'm able to properly critique another man.
That's
So,
not.
so
That's just normal.
Yes.
apparently I'm too straight that I am now gay. Anyways.
Fair point.
Poe just said just like Dale. Jesus fucking Christ.
They're
Ah.
sharing cooking streams. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yeah, oh dear is right.
Especially if you've seen any other videos of Asmongold cooking. If you ever saw that famous steak video, oh dear God.
No, I've not.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's Canadian, apparently.
Oh, that's even better.
Hmm.
I'm trying to pull up her Instagram real quick. No, there we go.
Yes, gotta make sure to get her out of there before the day of the rake happens.
Well, it seems like she's on the way.
Mm-hmm. Because yes, the leaves will be raked. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, but that's not prim and proper. You can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
To say that means that you're an uncouth barbarian American. You're supposed to be a prim and proper Canadian, Dale.
Better an uncouth barbarian American than some Canadian fat.
But yes, Asmon, my brother in Christ. Get it, son. Get it.
Mm-hmm.
I approve this message.
Anyways, I think if anything that is as good a place to leave things as as one can get. So if anyone
Good lord. Stacked.
yeah, so if anyone has no objection, then I think we should end the show.
Yeah, that's a good place. That's a good place.
All right then. So we shall see you all next week.
Ciao.